Okay, guys. Hey, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be going over a few tools we use to manage your deals. All right. Disclaimer before we go into this, a lot of people have a lot of preferences, and there's a lot of buzzwords, a lot of softwares, a lot of things out there that you can use to manage your deals. I'm just telling you what works for me. Okay. I'm showing you what works for me. A lot of people use different stuff. Even after I show them what I use, people just they see things differently. So, what I want you to take away from this is not necessarily this is the exact tool you need to use, which if you want to, great. But this is how we move it through the stages. That's really what the goal is here. Okay. So I'm going to show you a couple of our systems, the exact systems that I use in my business. And I hope that brings you some value. For both Trello and Follow Up Boss, we have full courses that talk about A to Z, how to automate this. So how do you automate every lead coming into Trello? How do you get every lead, your sales lead coming into Follow Up Boss? How do you set up the list? How do you set up the automations? How do you use Zapier? How do you put in all of your emails and all of your follow-up sequences, all that stuff? We cover all that in separate courses. This is a crash course. Again, this would be a 30-hour course if I dumped in all my automation videos and stuff. So if you're interested in some of our higher level, more scaling type products, please feel free to just book a call with our team. It's free. Whether you want to work with us or not, we'll be happy to give you all the information we can to help out. Okay. Okay. So let's jump in. In this video, I'm going to show you Trello, my project management system, Follow Up Boss, my customer management system, and then a couple other small tools we use internally. One more quick thing before we jump in, a PRM and a CRM. Okay. Property relationship manager. Really, it's a property management tool, something where you can say, hey, I got all these deals I'm working on. This one's in this stage. This one's in this stage. This one has this information. Oh, we don't have this for this one. And then there's a whole nother tool that you need to manage your customers, the follow-up, the conversations, the emails, the texts, the phone calls, the notes, all that stuff. And you may say, well, hey, there's platforms out there that do both of them. You're correct. But we still to date, and I work with a bunch of people, there's not one person I know that uses one platform to do all their land stuff. And those are the two main platforms you'll find. This is probably true for any real estate business. You need something to manage your deals, manage your pipeline, and you need something to manage your people. Okay. So keep that in mind as we go through. Trello is my property management. Follow Up Boss is my customer management. Okay. Let's jump in. Okay. So this is an example board from our Trello course. This is really what we kind of give you as a template out of the box. Again, every business is different. And so I'm going to show you a little snippet of mine real quick. Some of this is going to be grayed out just because we have partners and funding people and banks. And so I just don't want to give out all our personal information. But you can see here, we'll have it grayed out below these titles of new leads and Dale lead prep, all this stuff. You can see this board develops. It develops into a lot of different things. Okay. My team has grown. We have a bunch more people. And so oftentimes just more stages, more things come up. And so this is what a real Trello board that's in progress working right now looks like. We have tons of cards in all of these different stages. You can see those all probably flickering. Deals over 100,000, potential subdivide deals, and different stages for different people. What I offer in my Trello course is a good basic starting point. Okay, this is what you use this board for. And again, you'll start having more people and more things that you find as you grow your business. But this is our starting board, okay? And we'll give you access to this. You can actually get this. You don't have to buy any courses or anything else. I'll just give you access to this board. And the great thing in here is I actually give you a set of steps for a lot of these things. This is all free. This is included. You don't have to pay anything extra for this. You just get access to this. These are like general stages, general things we do. Keep in mind, every business is different. This isn't going to work for every deal, but these are a lot of the general things that we do in the process of taking a deal down. We go through, here's the questions we ask the seller. Here's the things we do. We contact these people for title searches and we send it off. These are actually some of the people in our business. Closing, how do we do it? This is for a specific area. Pre-marketing, we need to get all the ads ready. Like this is all the steps on a high level that we do in our business, free for you, included here. And again, take this, adapt it however you'd like, but the goal is that you have a starting point. I love Trello. Again, we have another course where we go really in depth on how do you automate every piece of it and get it all in here. Not what we're doing here today though. So again, you'll have a link. You can come in here and you'll be able to copy this board. It'll look a little different for you, but you'll come in here to the settings and push copy. And it'll allow you to create your own copy and just take all the cards and stuff with it. Okay. This is how we title things in here. We title them as first, last name, county, APN, and then a tag word. Maybe it's near a lake. So you put near lake, near XYZ lake, or it's sloped. You put really sloped, whatever it is. You're going to have a lot of deals running. I find that having a little tag on the end is helpful. Okay. So this is Trello. This is how we do it. And our property just run through the system, new leads. Then we follow up. Once we've met with them, we then send them an offer. Okay. If it comes back and they want to do business, We move it through our due diligence and title process. And then when it's time to close, we send it off to our title company. And again, this can look a little different, but we try and just keep it scoped to just intake. Once it's done here, it goes to a different stage of our business, goes to a different area. So we just try and keep this board because as you saw on mine, it gets really messy. It can get really a lot of cards, a lot of leads going. So you need to kick them off when they're done. That's my thoughts. Anyhow, this is Trello. This is what we use it for. All of our leads, like you see in here, they all get their own cards. They all come in here and they just move down this process depending on who's in charge of it. They grab it, take it, and they take ownership of it. And the great thing about Trello is it gives you pretty full oversight of your team. It lets you see what they're doing, what they're working on, all that good stuff. And another thing I really like about it, let's see if I can just grab one random one here. Hey, we saw this one in a previous video. You can see we have notes, lots of notes. So we leave all of our notes for the properties here, and so that we can always see what our team is doing, right? So here's something the title company said, and here's something our partner said. Here's what our salesperson said. Here's who the surveying company, just like all the little notes that go along with it. I like Trello for that reason because you can just track it all there. So that's Trello. That is what me personally in this day, 2022, all year, I'm going to be using this again. We use Trello for our intake. Take it or leave it. If you like it, great. If you don't, find something else. But that's what we use. Okay. Hopping over to another tool we use here, and let me pause this real quick and get signed in. Okay, so I'm in here on Follow Up Boss. We use these on both acquisition and sales side of our business, but I'm just going to show you the sales one here. This is one of our team members. She's one of our head sales people, and this is her account. And so you can see some cool reporting stuff in here, all these leads, yada, yada, yada. What I'll show you over here is generally just our process. Okay, there's a lot of stuff on the screen. It's all just different people that are reaching out trying to buy from us. But what you see here is these are the really important things. So new leads, text responses, and then we do this thing called qualify, engage, close. That's how we think through sales. We want to qualify the leads to make sure they're real. If they're real and they require follow-up, they move into the engage section. Okay. So these are all people that my team is still trying to get in touch with and see if they're qualified. I talk about in the dispositions module a little more of maybe what makes somebody qualified, but at the end of the day, it's very simple. Are they asking good questions? Are they looking, is this property meet their budget and it meet the features that they want, right? I call it FFT, fit, features, price. Sorry, FFP, fit, features, and price. So that's generally what we're trying to figure out. Does the property fit what they want? Does it have the features? Does it have the mountain? Does it have the sloping? Does it have the whatever? Is it within their price range? Follow Up Boss is a very robust tool. There is a bunch of things you can do in here. There is a ton of automations. There's a ton of action plans is what they call them. You can see we have 19 action plans that we use. What an action plan is really just like a set. It's a set of steps. So they're going to get this email and then they're going to get this tag. And again, I've said this a couple of times, that we have automation courses for all of this. That's included in some of our other packages where we go really in depth on how to set all this up. But what these do, these are tags. They automate something. It's really complex. At the end of the day, you can set up things to happen in order, right? These emails go out, right? That's the first email they get right when they come in. So I like Follow Up Boss because you can set up little plans. You can attach it to your lead sources. You can see through all your different sources how many leads are coming in. We have our team in here. Like, it's just a really good software for growing the business. And so I'm a big fan of it. But that's kind of the takeaway from here is we use Follow Up. Whatever you use, if you're tracking sales, what we do is we need to figure out when a new lead comes in. And we have a separate bucket for text just because that's how it worked out. And then once we get in contact with them, we want to qualify them. Is it the right property? Does it have the right features? Is it at the right price? If all those are yes or maybe yeses, then they move into here and we follow up with them until they say yes or no. And when they say yes or no, they come over here and we close them, right? So that's the general idea of what we use Follow Up Boss for. Okay, this is Slack. If you've never used Slack, Slack is great. This is really where we kind of keep up with what's going on in the business. Okay. And we have some different, this is my business Slack, and then this is our mastermind Slack. So we actually use Slack for multiple different things. Let me actually pull my screen up and show you my Slack real quick. Okay, so this is my Slack here. This is our team. In Slack, you can create different channels. So we have sales channels, we have general channels, we have all sorts of stuff. I'm excited to check this after I get off this to see if that is a sale. But what's going on here is we just basically have our whole team in here. This is a good messaging app to keep everybody together. You can do video messages. You can do a lot of automations into here. It's a cool product. But as your team grows, I recommend having a non-text message or non-email based communication platform. All right, as we round this out, I'll just say we just made a sale. So that's good. The last two lots we had in this subdivision just sold. Paying 8,500 down and 8,500 financing. Great deal. Love it. We paid about $1,000 a piece for those lots. Good deal. Okay. So those are the main tools we use to manage our business. Okay. Property management, Trello, customer management, Follow-Up Boss. And then communications for our team, we put into Slack. That's the main tools we use. We don't use much else. As our business has grown, we use a couple other products. One we like is Process Street. That's good for building out workflows for your team. We use Monday. It's another tool. Monday and Airtable are very similar. Basically just fancy spreadsheets. We use those for tracking our team and for their reporting, their KPIs. But past that, these are really the main movers in the business. So hope this video was helpful. We'll have links for everything below. Again, you can get access to that Trello board for free. All those steps, please feel free to take advantage of that. And if there's any other way we can help or serve you, please feel free to let us know. Okay. Thank you. And we'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.